Hello. Let me just dude, I don't know how, but I like messed up my microphone or some jazz. But anyway, hi. I think I'll shit. Yeah. Um I don't really know where to even start. Yes. Let me just lower this a bit. Oh fudge. This is yellow, obviously. It's not red or blue. I kind of forgot the small differences. I know in yellow, obviously you can have Pikachu as a starter. And I think Pikachu can follow you around as a little pet. It's kind of funny. Uh, I just recently got this Game Boy. I purchased it a while ago. It's like a little bit of a custom one, I guess. I really like the Aurora shell, even though it gets fingerprints on it pretty easily, which is the only thing that's a little annoying. But I just shouldn't have greasy hands when I use such a awesome handheld. I'm supposed to be talking about cards, but I guess, well, I mean, I guess I can talk about anything I want. Um, yeah, I purchased this myself, and it was sent to me by someone. Oh, dude, my hands are so greasy. It's so bad. I should really get like a cloth specifically for it. I'm really happy that it's in my hands finally. Um, you know, I love the cards and I love the games too. Most of them I love. But so I'm just gonna be passively talking and just playing at the same time. I guess maybe that's not a good idea, but it's all good. Oh fuck. So we'll just do lowercase. And we'll do, yeah. Oh shit. And, but anyway. Um, oh shit, we gotta do the rival's name as well. How does he forget his own grandson's name? Um, we'll do, I don't know, who's someone that I wanna, we'll do, we'll call it one of my friends. But you gotta do it. Yeah, we gotta do it right. Even though I gave myself lowercase. Nice. All right, but anyway, so what's been going on with me with Pokemon? Um, and where do I even start? I guess I can just start at the show that I attended yesterday. I attended the, I think it's called Cards and Collectibles show. Uh, and it's somewhat of a new show, so it's, it's not the biggest. It's still, fairly, like, pretty freaking popular. It's growing. It's not the biggest in size. I mean, I guess that was kind of obvious, but um, like, I suppose I was talking in the sense of relevance or whatever, but it's still definitely relevant to say the least. And it was pretty local to me, so I just had to go. There was no reason. Um, when I went, I saw I didn't really know what to expect because it's new. So, you know, I never know exactly what I'm going to expect. Um, but I always enjoyed being around cards regardless. So, you know, I just went with an open mind. Um, I saw a good amount of things. It really seems like Pokemon is like booming again, honestly. That's kind of just what it seems like. It seems like Pokemon is really booming again. I mean, this reflects in the prices, but um it kind of almost just feels that way. Every time I attend shows, it's just bustling with people, like to the point where it's crowded. Like I swear, like last year and like 2 years ago, it really wasn't like this at all. Like you know, I'm like having to just navigate through people, and it's definitely different. It's definitely different. Um, when I went, um, I think one thing I find very interesting is that um you know Pokemon is for everyone. You know, Pokemon is for everyone is I mean, like I already knew this, but like I'm really seeing it in real time, you know, because when I go to these shows I see I see many different people, you know. It's not like it's one kind of person, it's not like it's one race or one ethnicity or one gender I see or one age. You know, I see everything. You know, I see people from Asia, I see people from Europe, I see a couple Americans. You know, I see men, I see women, I see young girls, I see young boys, I even see babies. You know, I see a lot, and that really makes me happy. You know that everyone is there. It kind of reminds me of when Pokemon Go first came out. And when Pokemon Go first came out, and you saw, dude, this guy took my Pokemon, bro. It's hilarious. And when Pokemon Go first came out, um, there was just for a little bit of time, just for a little bit of time, there was world peace. And it's really funny how Pokemon Go, or just Pokemon in general, was responsible for this. For just a little bit of time, there were no problems, at least in America, at least in America, at least in the West. You know, everyone got along to just go catch Pokemon in the street. Everyone went outside to go take a walk and go catch Pokemon. Even if you didn't like Pokemon, for some reason, you just saw a bunch of people going somewhere and you just went. And you know, when I go to card shows, um when I go to card shows, it kinda I get I get a similar feeling. You know, I get a similar feeling of everyone is just united by the same thing for the most part, by the way. Because I think in my last video I was talking about people who really want to make money, and that's also fine. But again, for the most part, yeah. Sorry about that. I funnily enough got interrupted. But anyway, so yeah, it kind of just reminds me of that time when everyone, you know, for just a little bit of time, everyone gets along. You know, um, and that's always a really nice feeling. That's honestly probably one of the main reasons I go. You know, just to see people enjoy the same thing that I love. It's because of a freaking Eevee. I literally totally forgot that happens. Um, this. So when I went, you know, I always, for the most part, when it comes to the kind of cards, in the UK, um, you know, it's growing. You know, it's not like I saw anything like absolutely insane, but that's not really what it's about. You know, at least it's just it's I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like I don't know, maybe it's just seeing them all stacked together, or maybe it is seeing, you know, really unique stuff. But it's just nice to see what vendors have. It's nice to see what vendors have. It's nice to see people to say, "Oh, that looks cute," or like, "Oh, that's the one I want." You know, maybe it's a little embarrassing. I'm a little bit of a people watcher. I just like to see people like enjoy their time. I like to see people have fun, and you know, I also like cards. So why would I not want to see people have fun with something that I also like? And maybe if I'm a little lucky, um, I can chime in, give some information, exchange some information, learn something. So that's the main reason why I go to shows and stuff. I just enjoy being around the hobby. Um, and also to talk to people. Also to talk to people. I met some cool people. Shockingly enough. Wait, what do I get? Do I get EVs? Do I get EVs in red or in Gen 1? I don't know. I'm gonna assume there's EVs. I don't know. I really don't know like too much specifically about Gen 1. But anywho, um yeah, I met some cool people. I mean, it's kind of um it's a little bit of a blur now because my memory always sucks. But I saw my good friend Zhang. I saw my good friend Zhang. There's the possibility that I may be going to a card show with him, which I'm pretty excited about. I've never uh I've never done that before. Um, out of the country, or not out of the country, I guess, but out of where I reside. So that's pretty interesting. It's always good catching up with Zhang. He's a vendor, but he's an honest vendor to say the least. I really respect him and what he does. I think it's awesome, and he's definitely a true collector as well. Definitely a true collector. That much is for sure. So I really mess with that. It's great to see him. And I met this other dude. I believe his name is Gabriel. It was pretty cool too. I just spoke to him briefly just about the hobby. And of course I took our binder, mine and hers. And you know, uh I think it's something that I could never do. But some people kind of just like they're just okay with asking to see like someone else's binder, and I don't think I could ever do that. I don't even think there's anything wrong with it, honestly. Some people are just curious. Um, and yeah, so I mean, I was rolling with our binder, and I did get a few people ask me to see what's inside, whatever, and I don't really have a problem with that at all. It's a collection, and I love showing people our collection. It's not even done, so that's honestly awesome. Um, but yeah, some people wanted to see. Gabriel was one of them. So I just showed him. He gave me very. Oh, dude, that's actually so. Wait, the Pikachu is unhappy. Oh God, I have to heal. That's terrible. Okay. Oh my God, that's terrible. I forgot it can be sad. Dude, it blocks me. That's hilarious. Um. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I mean, it was really cool to just talk to him in general. Just talk about collecting and what he collects. Just speak in general. So that was a highlight for me meeting Gabriel. That was really cool. Um, I think at the show, did I meet anyone else cool? Who I think I don't think so. I don't think so. Guess I can't remember. There was one interaction which really put something in a perspective for me though, and that was that I was just walking along this kind of catwalk slash top section because they had like a top section, and oh fuck, and I really thought that would fix it. And as I was walking, um, This little kid, this kid had to be like maybe 4 foot or something. I don't know. Maybe he was like 4 years old or some jazz. I really don't know. And I was walking, and he was like a Swedish kid, or like European or something. I don't know. He definitely he wasn't English. He wasn't English because he had a European accent. And he just said like just very brazenly. He said, "Can I look at your binder?" And I said, "Sure." And I guess he was like either interested in buying or trading because like he was just a little kid. Like he was just tiny. He really honestly should not have been on his own. Um, like dude was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how he was conscious, bruh, because he was tiny. But yeah, he was like, "Can I look at your binder?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, dude." He said, "Do you want to look at mine?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And I opened his, and to be honest with you, I didn't even know what I was looking at. It was like some, I think they're called master bowls and stuff. Yeah, it was like master bowls and just some shit I just did not know about. But I looked. Um, I was taking my time looking at the cards and stuff, and and I look at this kid, and obviously like I've got a bunch of like early 2000s and 90s stuff in there. And this kid is like he is like racing through the pages, a little too like aggressive for my liking. Like he is going through those pages like it's a kid's book or something. He is tearing through those pages pretty aggressively. And I'm looking, I'm like, yo, dang, dude, like Wheezy, bro, like they're very old. Like in my head. And I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's the TikTok brain or like what. He definitely doesn't know what he's looking at because as he goes through the pages, like he spends like maybe half a second on each page. And there's not a problem with that. The kid is probably no more than 5 years old. Um, Although I mean he could have taken a little bit more care to be fair. He was a little rough on the actual pages when turning. But it was just interesting to me because just like me, like he definitely did not know what he was actually looking at. Because obviously, I've got a lot of just early 2000s, obviously mid EX era, like just like yeah, just old EX era, and then just like WotC stuff, So he doesn't know what the hell he's looking at because he's racing through the pages, or maybe he does and he's just uninterested. He just doesn't give a crap, which is also hilarious too. Um, but he's racing through the pages, and as he's doing that, I'm just watching him just tear through the pages. And after he does that, he kind of has a look of disappointment on his face because he doesn't find anything. He's clearly looking for something, and he doesn't find it. In our binder, and that's obviously like that's a bummer for him. He's looking for what he wants. Um, and he closed it and he gave it back, and he grabs his binder and he just walks off. And I mean, I think it's hilarious. I don't take any offense to it. Again, could have just been a teeny little gentler on the binder, but they're well protected, so it's okay. But yeah, dude, level 7 already. What the hell? He grabs his binder and he just walks off. He just scurries off like in a hurry, as if like he's gonna go like ask someone else or something, which I find to be a little bit funny. And it makes me think like this kid has no clue. I'm under the assumption that either he does, but he probably doesn't. This kid has no clue like what he just looked at. And again, I don't find any offense with it, but it just makes me think like, wow, like this hobby is actually really old. Like because to some people, like what they would look at is like extremely interesting to them. They probably like have a lot of memories associated with some of the cards in here, or they desire some of the cards in here, or they just know about some of the cards in here. Um, and we were essentially experiencing the same thing, but with just like polar generations, like opposite generations. Because I was looking, I mean, I know they're master balls or whatever, but it's like I'd literally never seen some of the cards in this kid's binder before. Like honestly, I didn't even know some of the Pokemon in the kid's binder because I mean, I don't know jack squad about Generation 9. That's Scarlet Violet, right? And Generation 8, I think, is Sword and Shield. I want to say. I think it's Sword and Shield. I think. But yeah, I was looking at these cards and it's like I don't know anything about these cards. I don't even know anything about these Pokemon. Um, so it was kind of interesting how we were both experiencing the same thing. Just like on totally different ends of the timeline, and it just really made me think like, wow, like Pokemon really is old. Dude, bro, hello accuracy, bro. Yeah, Pokemon really is old. It made me think. So that was definitely a funny experience that I just had. The kid really just like went through the like, cause I think it's a 360 it's a 360 card binder. So it's probably I want to say 30 pages. Yeah, probably yeah, no, definitely 30 pages of 12. I was about to say 12 pages of 30, but that's not a thing, bro. Definitely 30 pages of 12, and he went through it in like he went through it in like 45 seconds, bro. He was going through the pages. So like he was not looking at the cards. He was looking for a card. He was looking for a card, definitely. So it just makes me think like, like, wow, Pokemon really is old. Oh shit, is that a trainer? Can I save? Um, so that is definitely one of my highlights. There's nothing wrong with like, the fact he didn't know what was inside or anything. It was just the fact that we both had the same experience, which was really interesting, of not really knowing what each other was looking at. And like I've been following Pokemon for so long. I don't think there's been a period where I've actually fallen out of love for Pokemon. It's just always something that's just been there for me. So, I guess you would think that I would be knowledgeable of current Pokemon, but I'm not. I'm not. You know, the last game, like I'll admit it, the last game I played was hard. Was the Gen 2 remix. I did not play Black and White. Because when Black and White came out, like I was just like, dude, like I want to play this, bro. Like, where's my Gen 4 Pokemon? I don't want to play it. Like to this day, I'm not gonna. I mean, I know a decent bit about Black and White now, Gen 5, but still to this day, I have not played Black and White. I'll keep it a stat. I haven't. But it's kind of funny because I actually got, if I can find it. I'm searching right now. I can't find it. I'm going through a lot of cartridges right now. I just picked up Crystal. There it is. I don't have a DS currently, and I just kind of prefer the feeling of um the Game Boy Color, but I actually picked up like this ROM hack of Black and White, and I will be playing it. So it basically has the story on the in Game Boy Color format. So it's not black and white, but it's kind of black and white. But maybe I will play actual black and white when I get a modded DS. But anyway, um, so yeah, but Pokemon has always been a constant for me. But even you can go through it. Okay, no wonder. Pokemon has always been a constant for me. So even though like but even though that's the case, I've still dude, I'm stuck. uh I still um there's still a lot that I don't know. Especially about modern Pokemon. I'm really clueless when it comes to modern, bro. When people are talking about like illustration rare, special art rare, special illustration rare, art rare, I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, dude, all I know is like secret rare. That's all I know. All I know is secret rare. And people are saying like there's special art rare, like illustration rare, special illustration art rare. It's like, what the hell, bro? Like, how do you? I see the sets these days, and like, bro, I think Destined Rivals has like 400 cards to collect, bro. Like, that's an entire binder for like what do you call it? Um, just one set. Like, and you gotta get like a big one too. Like a 360 one won't even cut it, bro. Like you gotta get like a, I don't know. I think you gotta, I don't know like what is bigger than 360 when it because 360 is usually all I know. But yeah, you gotta get a pretty stacked binder just to freaking get do I have money? Do I have any money? Oh shit, okay. Oh, it shows the gym leaders, bro. That's fucking fire, bro. Yeah, what do you call it? Uh dude, yeah. Binders or something. But yeah, like you know, it's Pokemon is a lot now. Pokemon is a lot. You know, when sets came out, there'd be holos and there'd be a secret rare. You know, and then even before then, there wasn't even secret rares. You know, until Rocket and stuff. Um, but anyway, so that small interaction was definitely a highlight for me. Well, I shouldn't have gone that way, but it's okay. I don't think if there are any other highlights. Um, I don't believe so. But it's still a pleasant time. The atmosphere was nice. The UK is getting more card shows, which is nice, as always. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I'm trying to think. There are some things that I have to, or not have to, but want to talk about. Um, the few people who do know me, probably know that I went to Japan. Um, I usually don't add, I usually don't edit these like at all. There's no editing or anything, but maybe I want to talk about some things. So maybe I'll do like a very small bit of editing just to add on some photos because I took some photos. Like I'm usually not a big photo taker, but I had to take some photos when you're in a place like that, right? It was an incredible experience. I do plan to talk about it. So I will do that. And I also want to talk about the current landscape of oh snap, the smell you late arrival is here. Oh lord. Oh, we're gonna get the Pokédex. Yeah. Um, I also want to talk about the landscape of the hobby. Um, because I don't consider myself an investor. I'm not an, like, cause investors are supposed to not lose money. They're supposed to make money. But in creating this binder, I mean, I guess I've like quote unquote made money, but like, you know, like me and her, we broke out slabs to put them in the binder. So, you know, like I don't know, it's weird. I mean, it's still like a net positive because at the end of the day, as long as I take care of the cards, they're still gonna be the grades that they were when I broke them out. So I guess it's like a net positive, but like if you look at it on paper, it's like a net negative because you know you had something, you took it out, it was like a PSA 8 or something, you broke it out, boom, it's raw. You know, so you just lost money. But yeah, I want to talk about the landscape. I want to talk about the landscape of the hobby because there's some serious money flowing into this hobby, and I personally think that it is very, very is it inauthentic, unauthentic, uh, very, very not authentic to say the least. But I will say, dude, his theme is so like jackasses. Uh, yeah. I think a lot of the money flowing into this hobby is very, very, very not authentic. But that's a video for another day. So yeah. Um, I'll just catch you in the next one, whatever.